Boy, I tell you, folks, sometimes, it doesn't matter if you spell things out in the description, if you put a disclaimer on the front of the video, people still can just be, I don't know, I don't mean to be insulting, but number one, I didn't hear a lot of complaining when I made a satirical video about Afrikaner refugees, about how you shouldn't come here, you're not welcome, in a satirical, joking fashion. I didn't hear people complain about that. So, isn't it interesting that I can make a satirical joke about Afrikaners and Afrikaners laugh about it and think it's funny? But when I make a satirical joke and say, hey, why don't we take this Afrikaner thing and don't let the Afrikaners come, let just black folks come over. But instead of saying black folks, instead of being factual, I said Nguni speakers, and I mentioned several groups, a few of whom weren't even Nguni speakers. Get over yourself. It wasn't a history lesson. This wasn't a linguistics class. It was simply me stating something that was farcical to make a farcical point. Yet people writing, oh, you call yourself a colonel? I can't believe you're bigger. People must have suffered under your command. What an asshat that wrote that stuff. You know jack shit about me. You don't know jack shit about me and what I've done for people. And to be such an ass like that because of a satirical video, just take it on the arches, buddy. Footsec, piss off. What a bunch of clowns. Listen, while I'm at it, also, there have been some borderline, insulting, racist sort of things towards black South Africans, and the intent of the video wasn't for people to come in and insult black South Africans. So I find that you're going to get moored, it's going to be removed. All right? None of that nonsense. It's satire, folks. Relax. Take a deep breath. With all the heavy things going on in the world, Gaza, Ukraine, HIV, earthquakes, tornadoes, BEE, toy-toying, we all need a laugh every now and then. Nobody was harmed by the video, except some of you with a very, very thin skin. Relax. Take a deep breath. Namaste. All right? Chill. All right. It was satire. I know that those groups I mentioned, two of them aren't Nguni speakers. Get over yourself. My goodness. So, I knew this one would get some responses, but I didn't really expect people to be rather thick when it says in the description in all caps, satire, not news. And at the beginning, right under my chest, satire, not news, satirical. Anyway, I guess some people just can't be bothered to read what's on the screen. They just see a title and they just, like asses, probably never even watch the video and post their comments. Anyway, another day, same old thing on YouTube. People acting the fool. That's how social media is. Most of you took it for what it was, a satirical joke, just trying to be funny, lighten the mood, and just point out the hypocrisy of it, because I'll tell you what. Now, this is a serious point here. I will tell you what. I'll tell you what. If Trump had made an offer to black South Africans, regardless of what language they speak, to come to America, they wouldn't be rubbishing Trump right now in the EFF, would they? Well, maybe they might. And the Pan-African Congress might. But there'd be a lot of black South Africans going, hey, hell yeah, I'll take them up on that offer. How soon can I get there? How soon can I get there? Honestly. I had to pause for a moment. UPS truck comes through the neighborhood making all kinds of noise. Yeah, but if it was a serious offer, instead of offering it to Afrikaners, who we've yet to determine whether that's white, colored, black, or just white Afrikaners, whatever the U.S. government comes up with. So don't give me your, oh, that's not an Afrikaner. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what I say. It matters what the U.S. government comes up with. But if this had been a genuine offer for black South Africans, I think there'd be a lot of people to take it up. There's a lot of people suffering in South Africa, especially black South Africans. So, hey, when you see satire, recognize for what it is. It's a parody. It's satirical. It's a lighthearted joke. And if you don't think it's funny, then don't watch it. But don't be disrespectful and rude. I wasn't disrespectful and rude to you. Anyway, folks. But again, isn't it funny how the Afrikaners can take the joke and laugh themselves? Kind of like on our lives when we welcome the Neanderthals and the canines, because that's what Noto Baloye called white people, called them racially inferior. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said that they're racially inferior and called them Neanderthals, and that they were canines and needed to be trained like dogs. But apparently that's okay in South Africa. The South African Human Rights Commission doesn't really have an issue with that. They're just looking to have him make an apology, not go to prison, like they did with Vicky Momberg. She didn't do it. The Equality Court did, but you get the point. They pushed for it. So, yeah. So, people took it for what it was. Lighthearted humor when it was directed at the Afrikaners. And the Afrikaners themselves laughed. Ha ha, that was funny. It's funny. But we flipped the script around and people lose their minds. Bigots and racists all over the place. And you reveal yourself through your comments. So, but once your comments are posted, there'll be a little screen capture, then it'll be deleted. So, I'd suggest you just not post your racist comments. Go somewhere else where racists hang out, whether you're black, white, or brown. Racists aren't welcome on this channel. So, footsec, bye-bye. For the rest of y'all, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for your comments, those who got it and laughed. Appreciate it. You're probably the same people laughed at the one on the Afrikaners and the FEMA tents. All right, guys, cheers. Have a good night.